Benzodiazepines wreaked havoc on my mind, body, and soul. What's up, you guys? My name's Nicole Pludre. I'm a person in recovery. I've been sober for 9 years, and I used to do a lot of motherfucking drugs. One of the drugs that I was addicted to for about 13 years out of the 17 total I was addicted was Xanax. So let's talk about it. This comment says, Xanax ruined my life. It took me a year to taper off of it. It should be illegal. I don't know if it should be illegal. I don't think it should be illegal, but I think that back whenever I got started on Xanax, it was really easy to obtain a prescription back there. But nowadays, I feel like we've went so far to the left that it's so hard to get a prescription when you actually need a prescription for some medication to help you. We need to find a happy medium. But besides that, let's talk about how Xanax affected my life. So I started out on it legitimately for anxiety. I have anxiety. I have had anxiety ever since I was a little girl. I used to have a phobia that our home was going to be broken into as a small child. I used to have a phobia that while we were stopped at red lights in the little small town of Hot Springs, Arkansas, I was afraid that someone was going to carjack my mother and take off in the car with me in the back seat. My phobia was so great that I would have dreams about being kidnapped and memorize the license plate in my dream and wake up the next morning and write the license plate down. That is how much anxiety I had that I was going to be kidnapped, my house was going to be broken into, something bad was going to happen to me. So when I became an adult and I was working at a high-stressed job, I was working for the state of Arkansas at the Department of Finance and Administration, where you get your car tags, where you get your driver's license, where you get your ID, where you pay your sales tax. That was a really stressful job because I was dealing with the public, and the public gets pissed when they have to pay a lot of sales tax on their brand new cars. So I would get cussed out like at least 3 or 4 times a week. One day in particular, a woman came through. She had just got done buying a brand new Camaro, and her sales tax on that Camaro was a couple $1,000s. She was not happy about that, and she tried to jump across the counter and attack me. I had a panic attack, and my boss at the time, not knowing any better, gave me a peach Xanax, which is a 0.5 Xanax. When I took that 0.5 Xanax, the relief that it gave me, again, it was like the angels were parting the skies, coming down from the heavens, and kissing me on my forehead. It was immediate relief. No anxiety. The anxiety just melted away, and I felt like this. So I went to the doctor. I told my doctor about my experience with anxiety, and about my boss giving me a Xanax and how it took my anxiety away. He said, well, it worked for you. That's great. And he wrote me a prescription. I went home with my prescription. I was already struggling with addiction to other substances, and he didn't really know that. So I started taking the Xanax. 1 pill led to 2 pills. 2 pills led to 3 pills, and so on and so forth. And I just kept taking more and more because I would get used to taking 1 and I wouldn't get the same effect. So I had to take 2. And because I was building a tolerance. By the time I had built up a tolerance, I could take 7 to 10 Xanax bars, which are 2 milligrams at one time. That's over 20 milligrams of Xanax. So I know exactly what it's like to be affected by this medication. Some things that I did while I was on Xanax that I'm not proud of. I got fired from my job because I was walking around slurring my words trying to help customers at Kroger. I crashed my car into a brick wall and almost killed my husband. He was in basically a coma because of it. I lit my mattress on fire because I fell asleep with a cigarette. I got pulled over for driving under the influence. They thought I was drunk, but it was actually Xanax. And I overdosed myself so many times because I would mix opioids with Xanax. I, in fact, woke up in the hospital on 3 separate occasions because the police found me knotted off with my forehead on my steering wheel, honking the horn. And the police rode up and found me like that. So I know exactly what it's like to go through an addiction to benzos, and I know how important it is to titrate off of these medications safely because I wasn't given that luxury. I was ripped off of benzos cold turkey, and because of that, I was debilitated. Okay, I could not function for like months, and I was trying to fight for custody of my son and heal myself while I was fighting this debilitating cold turkey Xanax withdrawal. If you guys have any questions and you want to know more about my experience with these different drugs, comment down below and ask. If you made it to this point in the video, drop a purple heart in the comment section. I'm really trying to see how many people watch my videos all the way through. And if this video helped you, it helps me to tell it, helped you in some way, share it with somebody else. Make sure that you follow me on all my social media platforms. They're all linked in my bio above. All right, remember, recovery's possible, and I love you guys.